Declutter your space. I know that when my surroundings are chaotic, my whole life feels chaotic. I'm Kim, and we're talking about easy ways we can simplify our lives. So, in the spirit of simplicity, this is not a long list. I want you to feel like you can actually do something today to make your life feel more manageable. And I don't want to overwhelm you with a million things that you feel like you need to do. When I take time to remove the things that my family and I don't use or love, it makes space for us to do the things we want to do and enjoy the things that we have in a way that we can't when we're living in a chaotic mess. Sometimes decluttering doesn't even mean making hard decisions about our belongings. You can start by just throwing out trash, getting the recycling off the counter, and putting your kids' backpacks in the front closet. Decluttering doesn't have to take hours at a time. You could look right now for 5 things that belong in the trash or the recycling, get rid of them, and you will have made progress. Or set a 5-minute timer and see how much you can get done in just a few minutes. The thing about decluttering is it isn't a major life event that you just check off your list of things to do and never do again. It's something that needs to happen regularly. Because if you're regularly bringing things into your home, you need to regularly take things out too. Seeing how big of an impact a small amount of time makes helps us to see that it's really not that hard to start getting our homes under control. And a little bit of time here and there all adds up and makes a big impact. My next tip is to plan your meals. Please, meal plan, try it, I beg of you. If you know me, you probably knew this was coming, right? And if you don't know me yet, you don't know how long I struggled to figure out how to meal plan. Everyone kept saying on the things I would read and watch that I should do it, but I usually was left crying after hours of looking for recipes, and I was so frustrated by the process. But you know, everyone who says that you should meal plan, they're right. It does make life so much easier once you figure out a system that works for you, especially if multiple people depend on you to answer the question of what's for supper tonight. When you plan your meals ahead of time, you reduce your decision fatigue in your daily life, and it ends up saving you time and money. And I don't know many people who have more time and money than they know what to do with. So if that's you, hi, welcome here, but maybe skip to the next point that I have to make. But for most of us, we could use a little more help, having a bit more time and money on our hands, right? I have a video explaining how I meal plan in a way that is super simple, and I'll leave a link for that in the description if you want to check it out. A third easy way to simplify your life is to limit your digital distractions. I grew up in the 80s and 90s without the world in my pocket. The world I lived in was the one right in front of me. And it's so ironic to me that the more we can see and know about the world today, the less we're actually experiencing it. Often I find myself spending much of my day staring at a screen that fits in my pocket to the neglect of the people that are right in front of me. I don't do the things I want to do. I don't love the people around me the way that I want to. I don't cultivate my relationship with God on a deep level because I'm so distracted. And of course we can be distracted by things apart from digital devices, but let's be honest, most of our distractions and wasted time stems from our screen usage. Tell me I'm wrong. So if you want a simpler life, figure out how you can reduce the digital distractions in your life. Turn off your non-essential notifications. You probably have a lot of them. Delete the apps you never use, and maybe try charging your phone overnight in a place that isn't right beside your bed, so your phone isn't the first thing you grab in the morning. Try to get okay with being bored sometimes. Number 4, establish daily routines. They say that variety is the spice of life, right? It's the spice, you guys. You don't make a meal out of spices. You don't make a meal out of chili powder, right? The spice is there to add flavor and interest to the meal that you're actually filling up on. So if you're making chili, I'm just gonna run with this analogy for a second, then you're gonna cook up a big batch of ground beef Most people don't want to sit down to a big bowl of ground beef for supper. I don't. It needs some flavoring to make it enjoyable. So I'm gonna add some tomato sauce, and I'm gonna add chili powder and pepper and salt. It's like that with routines and habits. They are the ground beef. They're the bulk of it, the bulk of your day. Routines and habits streamline our tasks. They reduce decision fatigue, and they create a sense of order in our days. So, for example, rather than asking, will I move my body today? I'm just gonna make it a habit that I will move. Movement is the meal. Movement is something my body needs, and I wanna make it a habit that I do it on a regular basis. But you can add some spice by changing what that movement involves from day to day. So maybe today I go for a walk. Maybe tomorrow I'll lift weights, and the day after that, maybe I'll go for a hike. I don't know. But I hope you get the point that I'm trying to make here. When you have regular rhythms and routines, it simplifies the decisions you make in a day. And you can add variety within those routines if you want to, but the predictability of knowing what's coming next makes life feel so much simpler. So I'd encourage you to look for ways that you can add a bit more structure to things like cooking meals and cleaning and getting regular movement in your day. These are things that happen often. So give yourself some predictability and structure to hang on to, and then spice it up a little bit if you need to. I'm curious to know what are some areas of your life that you find daily routines really helpful with. Let me know in the comments. My final thought on this short list of ways to simplify your life is just to be thankful. If you're like me, you've probably got a running list in your mind of things you need to do, things you want to do, things you'd like to do, things that would be nice to have, things that would be helpful and make life easier if they were a reality. And maybe you're thinking, won't life be great when fill in the blank? And while there may be truth to these things, if we spend a lot of time thinking about future plans, future hopes, things we want, it can foster a discontent for the things that are and the life that we have and the blessings around us. I was really convicted about this recently, and a few months ago, my thoughts were filled with things like, it'll be so nice once we've finished moving and we can settle into our new house. Once we've unpacked, then life will feel more manageable. Getting the landscaping done on our yard will be so nice. Then we'll feel settled, and on and on and on. We can keep looking to the future without looking around us and being thankful for what's actually in front of us when these things actually happen. What do I have to be thankful for today? Not what will I be thankful for next month or next year or 5 years from now. What is there in front of me that I can thank God for today? How has He shown His faithfulness to me? What can I thank Him for? Many of the things in front of me now are the things I wished for a few months ago, like being in our new house and being unpacked and having the landscaping done. But if I keep looking for the next best thing and I forget to be thankful for what I have, that's not giving me peace and joy. And when I'm thankful for what I have, I realize I don't really need anything more. I can be content, and that makes life a lot more simple. So take a minute and consider what you can be thankful for today. I know it's kind of funny that I'm sharing this with you through a screen when one of my suggestions was limit your digital distractions, but here we are. Thank you for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment letting me know what you're doing to simplify your life. Then maybe go outside, go do something fun. Bye.